I deliberately drilled through the rich guy's tire with a power drill, then hammered in a nail I'd prepared beforehand. Just as I finished, he walked out of the house and saw me holding the drill. He asked what I was doing. I quickly made up an excuse about fixing the fence. He didn't think much of it and got in his car to leave. But he didn't get far before noticing something was wrong. He got out to check and found the nail in his tire. I played the good Samaritan and told him my buddy ran an auto shop nearby where he could get it fixed. At my friend's shop, I went into the office and stuffed the tire full of counterfeit bills I'd made from copy paper. Then I had the mechanic put that tire back on his car. After getting his car fixed, the rich guy went home exhausted and fell asleep. The moment he dozed off, I grabbed a jack from the trunk and took off the tire filled with fake cash. I carried the tire to where he kept his safe and used a brush to lift his fingerprints. The first time I entered the code, it was wrong and the safe beeped, but it didn't wake him up. The second try worked. I opened the safe, pulled out all the real money, stuffed the fake bills inside, and closed it back up. Just as I was about to leave with the tire full of real cash, the rich guy suddenly woke up. He found me and said his safe had been robbed. I was shocked too. I definitely put the fake money in there. I followed him to the safe, and sure enough, the money was gone. He said the thief must have escaped through the window and that this money was crucial. It was for his daughter's medical treatment. I scoffed and said that with all his wealth, that amount was nothing, but he just laughed bitterly and told me he'd been bankrupt for a long time. The house wasn't even his, and now he couldn't even afford his daughter's medical bills. Hearing that, I couldn't go through with stealing from him. I went back to the garage, got the real money from the tire, and came back to explain that the money in the safe was fake. The real cash was right here. But to my surprise, he said he'd known all along. My accomplice had been caught by the police too. It turned out this whole thing was a bet between him and his daughter. They wanted to test whether I was a bad person. In the end, I'd realized my mistake and hadn't let them down, so he decided to give me another chance and let me keep working there. That's how the rich guy managed to steer me away from a life of crime and back onto the right path.